Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we played the Horizon Classic at Horizon Park in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This is the first course ever installed in North Carolina, and it's a fun course. It's very much a kind of point and shoot style course, short holes. I believe there might be only one hole we played that was over 300 feet. Most of the others are 300 or less, but it was a good day. It started off pretty cold this morning. You'll see when the video starts, I'm going to be wearing some thermals that do come off, kind of through the round, and by the second round I'm down to just my jersey. But yeah, the tournament was put on by Back 9 Discs. That I've played this tournament for the past few years. I believe this is my third time playing it, and they put on a good tournament, so it was a good time out there, and had some good shots. Had two good rounds, but you're going to see that two good rounds out at Horizon still isn't enough to get anywhere near the top. You got to have two great rounds out here to be able to be anywhere near the top of your division. So let's get started with the video, and I'll show you Horizons and what happened today. For my in the bag, I am throwing mostly Discmania and Castoplast, and I'm really enjoying the Castoplast discs that I've picked up. That plastic, just nothing out there comes close to the same type of feel. They definitely have, in my opinion, the best plastic on the market. They do need more overstable discs. They don't really have a lot of overstable stuff in their lineup. Most of it is just kind of flat to understable. But if they added some more stable stuff, I think that you'd see more people gravitating to it. But here we started on hole B for round one through the Stig, and just kind of turned it over a little bit too much. Hit that early tree, and I'm going to have just an approach shot here. That came up a little short, I believe, on that approach. Yeah, just a little short with it, so I'm going to have a long putt here to try to save the par. And as you can see, I'm wearing a base layer and a top layer. I want to say it was like 52 degrees when we started. So I'm unfortunately taking a bogey to start, and I did get that base layer off pretty quick. I'm sorry, not base layer, the top layer off. Throwing a Svea here on the first shot of hole C. Actually had a really good shot. Luckily they were playing the gravel is not OB on this hole, this tournament. They were playing pretty much just regular park rules. As long as you're not in the road or across a road, you're in bounds. So that was for my birdie. This is for the par. Hole 14, I am throwing my Stig, and I kind of cranked over on it just a little bit too much, and kind of got up here near 18's tee pad, but I'm going to have a long bid here for birdie. Got it pretty close, so it's going to be another kind of tap in for the par. Hole 15, I'm going to throw the Recco, and out of my hand I thought I was going to be all over the basket, and it just kind of held straight a little bit longer than I expected, so I did catch that tree on the right, knocked it straight down. So this is for the bird, and almost had it. About another foot forward, I think I would have been in the basket. Hole 16, I'm throwing the new DGA Blast. I'm really liking this disc. It's a smaller profile disc. It's definitely not as round or as wide as most discs of that type, like the Zone OS or the Sumo or like an A2. It's definitely a smaller disc, and I like that. It's more shallow and smaller, but it has all the stability of those other discs I mentioned, and so that was a pretty easy par. Hole 17, throwing the Cax. I'm really liking this Cax, and you'll see some good throws today with it. This was really close to being an ace. I had a couple of ace runs today. I went right past the basket and kind of skipped a little bit deep past. This is my birdie shot and just came up short, but it's going to be a drop-in par. Hole 18, going to throw the cacks again. Just a laser beam right at the basket. Just a little short of the basket. And my first birdie of the day. Was that 5 holes in, 6 holes in? BC, 14, 15, 16, 17, yes, 7 holes in. This was an ace run. The guys on hole 2 over there were yelling because of how close it was. I mean, it went right over top of the basket. You're going to see right here just how close I was and how that came in right over top and landed there. So close to an ace on that one. But another birdie, 2 birds in a row. Going to throw the cacks on number 2. Absolutely ripped it right at the basket. And it comes just a little bit short. Just a little short. So I hit and kind of flared over here, but this is going to be a long bid for bird. Just off the top of the basket. Easy drop in for the par. Hole number 3, I'm going to throw the FD2. This is the KC White Skywalker. This is probably my favorite disc in the bag overall. And I just ripped it right at the basket. And that's me because I just caught this tree and you're going to see it. Just stopped it from skipping under the basket. Still an easy tap in for birdie there. I'm going to throw the Falk on hole 4, and we do have a temporary pad here making the hole longer than it normally plays. And I just turned that Falk over a little bit. I was almost basket high, I was just way right. So I'm going to take the Recco and just throw it up under the basket, or near the basket, I shouldn't say under it. Because I do still have a little bit of a putt to save the par. Pretty simple par putt though. Hole number 5 here, I'm going to throw the PD on a forehand, and I absolutely ripped it at the basket. It's going to hit and flare right to it. One of my best throws today. I mean, just pretty much the same putt I just had on that last hole for the bird. Pretty easy birdie. I'm going to throw the PD again here on hole 6. And I kind of threw it up instead of forward, and so it did kind of bail out early on me, so I went kind of wide right. Basket high, just way right. And it's going to be a long bid for the birdie, and just did fall short. Easy tap in par. Let's see, I believe this is hole 7. I'm going to throw the Recco here. This hole got me all day. I just couldn't quite hit the line I needed. It was a good shot, very good shot. I needed to be more right with it. I kept kind of bailing out left. So this is a long birdie putt. Then I catch on that right side and just fall straight down the basket. That was a good catch. Those baskets don't usually catch that. Hole 8, I'm going to throw the P3X. And this was the line I wanted all day. And I just went a little high with it. That's such a good line though, if you can go through that right gap with something that's stable. But I'm going to take the Recco and just put it up at the basket. Make it an easy par. But if you take something like a stable putter and throw it up that right gap, I mean, it's going to go right to the basket. You just got to not hit that low-hanging tree. Hole 9, this is a double Mando, so I'm throwing the thumber just to make sure I make the Mando. This is just a safe play, but I'm going to get it up, basket high, just out to the right. Long putt here for birdie. And there is a headwind coming in on this hole. For most of the day there was no wind, and about this time the wind started picking up. And you're going to start seeing the trees moving more as the video goes on, but the wind is starting to kind of pick up a bit. It doesn't ever get like really bad or really gusty, but it does start playing with the disc on some holes. I was a PA5, and I just kind of pulled it a little bit. Missed my line on it and hit an early tree. But I have a little toss up to the basket. Should be a fairly simple par here. Hole 11, I'm going to throw the falk. No, I'm sorry, this is a stig. And the wind is blowing, starting to blow hard now. You can see the trees moving, you kind of hear the wind. And it was a right to left wind there, and so I just couldn't get the stig to flip up for me, and it just held straight and dumped out left. But I'm basket high. That was a horrible putt, by the way. The wind held it up in the air. I tried to just toss it up and let it fall to the basket, and the wind just kind of held it. Made it go a little bit farther than I wanted. But, you know, pretty simple return putt for the par. FT2 here on hole 12, throwing right into a headwind. Throwing it straight at the tree on the right. And I'm going to have it just dump back to the basket. Right there, it's coming in. And it's going to be a pretty decent birdie putt here. Pin high. And we're going to catch another birdie there. Hole 13, going to throw the Lutz for the first time today. This is straight uphill. It says it's like 280, I think, but 285. But the uphill, this thing plays way more, like 330, I believe. So I got it, over halfway up this hill. It's gonna be an easy toss up here with the link. I'm just gonna put it under the basket just to tap in for par. And then for our last hole of the day, back to hole A. I'm gonna throw the cax here. And this is me watching it going. You can come back left anytime now. This is the straightest throw I've ever had with this disc. It just went as straight as it could. And I'm basket high, just way right. So this is for the bird. Get it up in the air and just let it drop in. Good way to finish. Finished 6 down for the round. 876 rated, I believe, for that round, and it was really good. 7 birds, 1 bogey, and I probably left four birdies out there with just bad putts that I should have made. But overall, the round was great. I had great card mates. Everyone on the card I played with before, and they're all wonderful people to play with. They make it fun. It's never a dull round when you play with guys like that, and they really make it fun. I've had some rough rounds before with some card mates, but most people, 99% of the people that you're on the cards with out there, they're great to play with, and today was no different. Both rounds, wonderful rounds, good people to play with. Really enjoyed it. But round 2, we're gonna do it back up again, do another 21 holes, and see if we can try to duplicate, kind of what we did this round. And we're gonna get to that coming up here next. Alright, round 2, we're starting off on hole A. I'm gonna throw the cax again, and it's going to go straight up and hit that low-hanging branch. I am straight out of the vehicle after lunch, so I did not have any warm-up between the rounds, and so I'm kind of starting off cold, which you're going to see is going to kind of hurt me a little bit to start. But so I'm going to take a bogey here, unfortunately off the first hole, just like I did last round. I'm going to throw the stig here again on hole B. And this time I just pulled it a little more to the right, hit that kind of right tree and kicked left. And I should not have done this. I'm trying to run it. I'm trying to run it for the birdie, and I almost had it. I went a little deep with it, a little deeper than I should have, especially coming straight out of the vehicle. And I just kind of put that high and left. That was one I was hoping maybe it would catch, but that was a bad putt. So starting off 2 over, and I've got to start, making a comeback from giving up 2 to begin with. Gonna throw the PD on a forehand here on hole C this time instead of the Svea, and I just burn it over, unfortunately. But I'm gonna take my PA5 here and just throw it up towards the basket, and it does kind of hold a little bit more to the right than I wanted it to. But I mean, that's what it's supposed to do, so it's going to give me a long putt here to save the par. I say long, it's probably circle's edge, just inside circle. It's probably about 28 feet maybe. I'm going to throw the cacks here on hole 14, just a turnover backhand, and absolutely smashed this one. My best throw on this hole I've ever had. Put it right next to the basket. I mean, fairly simple birdie putt here. This is probably about 18, 19 feet. And it was luckily that stayed in the basket. Hole 15, I'm going to throw the Recco again. And I'm going to make that little adjustment from the last round, and I put it right down the middle of the fairway. And this went right over top of the basket. So close to an ace here. And we saved the birdie on it. Back to hole 16, going to throw the blast again. And this time I'm going to try to make an adjustment from the last round where I went far left because I kind of cranked it a little bit too much. And this time I put it on the perfect line. To hit that line, I took power off of it, which left it short. So I'm way short. I'm circle's edge putt here. This is right at 30 feet, 33 feet. We're going to give it the run and just off the top. But it can be pretty simple par save here. I say simple, and you saw what happened. I gave it exactly enough pace to make it. I'm gonna throw the cacks here. This one, unfortunately, I didn't finish the shot. I kind of came out of the shot early, which made it move out left for me, and left it short left. So I've got a long putt. I just moved to the right on it. And I'm going to have to come back here to save the par. Move on to hole 18. Going to throw the cacks again. And you can see I do the same thing here as I did in the last hole, just I don't finish the shot. I kind of stopped my throw, and it's going to go short and left to hit that tree. And unfortunately, this is a hazard area. This is not OB. Anything in the gravel or right of that line is a hazard, so this is for par. And I give it a bid, and I just about made it. That was so close to making that. But unfortunately, I'm going to take up another bogey. This round was definitely not as smooth as the first round. Here I'm going to take the FD2. I'm going to throw it on a grenade just because I felt like it. And I absolutely that was for Xavier. Xavier throws some of the best grenades I've ever seen. But that was an easy birdie using that grenade. I'm gonna throw the cacks here on 2 again, and this time I absolutely striped it right down the middle. Put it right next to the basket. Easy birdie. And I missed my drive here on 3. Unfortunately, I went a little short with it, but I did get out here in the open. So I had a good run for bird, and almost had a hit left chain, but it's gonna be an easy par. Hole 4, I'm gonna throw my Lutz here, so I'm gonna make that little adjustment. Instead of the Falk, like I did in round 1, and if I'd gotten that one up in the air, that would have been all over that basket. That was a rope right to where it is. It's gonna be a pretty good run here for the birdie. Stick it right under the basket. Take my easy tap in par. Hole number 5, I'm throwing the PD again on a forehand, hoping to replicate round 1. Didn't quite replicate it. It did kind of bail out a little early on me, but I got a good flare with it and got it up here next to the basket. So pretty much the same exact putt as round 1, just from the other side of the basket. Pretty easy birdie. So here on hole number 6, I believe, I'm going to throw the PD on a forehand. And this was crazy. I just snapped over on it, and I got through everything. And I'm just watching it, just going, what is happening? That's me so confused that I got through all of that. And unfortunately, I've got this ceiling, but it's going to be an easy par. Just toss it up to the basket. You just take my tap-in par here. I believe this is hole 8, and I'm going to take the Recco again. Even worse line than the first round. I'm going to be further left than I was round 1. But this is for the birdie again. I made it round 1. I missed it round 2. That's the way it goes. Easy tap-in par. And this should be hole 9. Oh no, this is hole 8, I'm sorry. This is hole 8. I'm going to P3X. I'm taking my right line again because I know it's going to work. That time I hit the line. I just didn't quite get it as flat as I needed to. So I was a little short with it. But if you can get that shot just a little flatter, it's going to be under the basket. But we're going to, it's not going to make a difference when I'm making putts like that. Hole 9 again, going back to the thumber. Another one right down the middle of that double mando, and another birdie putt coming up. A little bit closer than I was round 1. I'm going to do the push putt this round, and I just messed it up. It's just a bad putt, but I'm going to make the par. Pretty simple par. Going to throw the blast again here on hole 10. And I threw it up, unfortunately, instead of straight like I did on hole 6. And I'm gonna have a long, out of my hand, I thought I made it. I thought that was going in the entire time it was in the air. And it just fell short. But easy par again. Hole 11, throwing the Svea this time, thinking, okay, the Svea's got to flip up, right? No, that wind would not let anything flip. Nothing flippy would flip. And right there the wind grabbed that one and just threw it hard left. And this is going to be a tester putt for par, but luckily I was able to make it. Keep those bogeys off the card. Hole 12, I'm going to throw the PD this time because the wind is blowing pretty hard into a headwind. And I said I just want to take something really stable and throw it at that tree. And I mean, it was absolutely perfect. Perfect throw. Left me probably about 18 feet for a nice little toss-in birdie putt. And I missed my drive here on 13 again. But I'm going to take the link and just toss it up under the basket. I always play 13 for par. I'm not playing it for birdie because I can't throw that far. So pretty easy tap in for the par there to finish out the round. And so round 2 we finished 4 under, which was 852 rated. So I averaged 864 for the tournament. Did have a few, two more bogeys than I had the last round, which I was so close to tying my first round. If I could just made those birdie putts, those bogey putts pars, things would have been so much different. But not bad. I'm happy with 10 down, even though you can see 10 down still left me at 12th place. So out of 20 people, going 10 down for the tournament is still bottom 50%. So you've got to score at Horizons. You can't go out there and shoot even and expect to do well. You have to shoot under par, and you have to shoot way under par to score well in tournaments out there. But it's definitely doable. I mean, round 1, you saw I probably had, like I said, 3 or 4 missed birdie putts that I should have had, or a couple of bad drives that could have been a little better. This round, the same exact thing. I mean, I could have easily been 15 down, but I wasn't. So took 12th place, happy with. I'm really happy with the 10 down. I don't play many tournaments where I get to shoot like that. Usually if I can shoot even, I'm ecstatic. So at Horizons, 10 down makes you feel good. It's a good course to go play if you just want to feel good, for the most part. But yeah, like I said before, back 9 put on a great a great tournament. It's always fun to go out there and play this tournament, Horizon Classic. I try to play it every year when I can, and I would suggest, if you're in the area, to come out and play it too. I'm pretty sure it was full. I think we had 84 people out there. I believe that was the cap. It might have been 90. I can't remember for sure, but it was great. So appreciate everybody watching, and as always, I'll see you again next time.